Okay, everybody. All right, we're ready to go, Mr. Devastator. Pretty
Hello,
sure
everybody.
pretty sure we're live. If there's anybody that can't hear us, now's the time to say something is messed up. But I think we're good to go. Guys, we've got a new system going on, so please be patient with us tonight. This is the first time doing a shared screen with the new system. So I see we got a ton of people in here. Wow. Vox, Time Surfing Alien, Angler Trucker Bob, Kurt's in here, Backwoods Billy, Jupe, of course, Devastator, Real Queen, Linnell. Who else we got? I saw Timothy 70 in here. Wicked Fester's in the group. CD Nelson's in the group. Wow, we've got everybody's in here tonight. Everybody wants this guitar. Oh. All right, I'm going to let Devastator talk, and I'm going to scroll through and see if I missed anybody.
How we doing tonight, guys? Hope everybody's doing good. We finally made Avery's 30 entries for the first time in one of our giveaways, so thank you for that. With that, I think as long as everybody can hear us, we're good to go.
All right, I really want to thank everybody for a couple different reasons. You know, we do these giveaways, and then we pay to ship the guitar to the winner. So in this particular case, this is the guitar. Okay, right here. It's a beautiful guitar. It's a Gretsch. Okay, hopefully, I'm pretty sure everyone that entered to win this guitar has went and watched the review on this guitar. It did a fantastic job on the review. So this is the guitar, and you can not only get the guitar, but we got a gig bag. And this is the gig bag that it comes with. It's a Gator gig bag. So it's really nice. It's padded. This is their basic gig bag. I think this gig bag's like $30. So it's a pretty nice little gig bag. But so you get the guitar and the gig bag.
It's not a lefty, Kurt. It's just because it's going through Discord.
Yeah. I think in Discord, everything looks backwards on my screen for whatever reason. Linnell's made that comment before that everything is in reverse. When I'm looking at it, this is my left. Okay, so it looks right to me, but when I go back and watch it, it seems backwards. I don't. Does it look backwards to you, Devastator?
Oh, yeah.
It's backwards. Okay. I don't know why it does that. Maybe I've got a setting or something wrong when I do the shared screen. But believe me, we didn't invert the room. Everything is exactly the way it was. I want to thank, like I said, when you guys give super chats, that is what funds the guitar giveaways. And I know we got a couple people like TSA, I think Angry Trucker Bob. I forget. There's been a couple different winners. I'm trying to think who won the other one, hon.
Brian P11.
Oh yeah, Brian P11. I think there was one more. I can't remember.
This is the fourth one. Let's see. Bob, I'm Surfing Alien, Brian P.
Yep. Okay.
And yeah, that was it.
Okay. Of course, I'm thinking maybe we did some pedal giveaways too that I remember.
Yes.
So
yes.
Yeah, we fund all this stuff, guys, through super chats. So, you know, not all 100% goes to the guitars. There are some times where we've bought a microphone or a set of headphones to make the stream go. And we picked up some things today to move the channel just a little further. So not only are we doing a split screen tonight, which I want to do more of. So if you guys want to come on the stream, we can do it. We're doing this through Discord and my OBS window. So we figured out how to do this in this fashion. So if there's someone in the group that wants to come on hang out and chat, you can come on and be part of the show. That brings me to the next thing. Thursday night, we have a special guest. I like it. Oh, I like the shirt. We have a special guest coming in Thursday night. And no, it will not be a split screen. He is coming here to the house. So I knew there were some rumors coming around on who they thought this special guest was going to be. And it's not who you guys thought, because he lives in Ohio. Okay. And no, he's not making a special trip down to be on the show. I did reach out to him, and he says he hadn't forgot about me, but I think he has. The last time I spoke to that particular channel, they were supposed to get back to me, and they still haven't. So this guest is, well, I won't say he's local, but he's semi-local to me. And I'm really wanting to push the channel in this direction, have other people on with other points of views. And hopefully everyone will come Thursday night. I have someone that does guitar work and tech work full time. He does this for a living. That's all he does. He's a professional guitar luthier and tech. All he does,
I know who it is.
Yeah, all he does is set up instruments and work for guitar stores and do music. Music and instrument repair is what he does for a living. And I want to bring him on so you guys can ask him questions. If you're wanting to do that kind of work for a living, this man can tell you the pros and cons and what to look forward to. I mean, you can make a living doing it. It's proof. So I'll go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. Brian from Shenandoah Music will be coming to my house to give you tips on how to set up an instrument, and what he's told thousands and thousands and thousands of other customers when he sets up instruments for them. So we don't agree on everything. So it's going to be a really interesting conversation, talking to me and then him, and bouncing ideas off of both of us. It's going to be more Brian, because you guys kind of know how I feel about certain things. So I want everyone to come Thursday and meet someone that I have the utmost respect for as far as being a tech. But you guys didn't come for that. You guys come for the spinning wheel. So do we need to say anything else, hon? Is there anything else that needs to be?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Notice we don't have a Linnell cam. That would just be the bee's knees.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
I think you just need to get on with the spinning wheel.
Okay, get on with the spinning wheel. All right.
Well, we are talking about, taking up a funding for the Linnell cam.
I saw that.
Oh my gosh.
You guys think you're funny.
My vote is for it. That's just,
True.
I think we should start another poll on that. A Linnell cam.
Y'all are awful.
I got bungee cords out in the truck. I can bungee cord her to a chair.
You better hope I don't get you first.
And put the little dangle the mic down. Oh, that would be funny. Oh, okay. Let's look at the spinny wheel.
All right, let's pull up the spinning wheel. So, like I said, we've got 30 of us this time.
Okay, I got the spinning wheel maximized on the. Wow, there's a lot of people on here. So you wanna read the list? Yeah, I'm milking this for every second I can get out of it.
I can. We got Mikey, JR Custom Shop, Steve Gunner, CD Nelson, BTM, Mini Guitar Society, Wicked Fester, TR, Mullet the Guitar Guru, Michael R, Tim B, Ted Talks Guitars, Jupe, Kurt, John Dotson 920, Carnsey 71, Backwoods Billy, Vox,
Now that
MP Shield.
that says backdoor Billy.
Well, if Billy likes it that way, it's okay.
Oh, okay. Just double checking.
Potentially work. Timmy 70, Mac Server, Beretta Vandy,
Oh.
Mad Hatter 77, Trucker Bob, Grayson Gabriel, Brady Hilborn, John Boy 66, Time Surfing Alien, and My Hero Crackheads.
My Hero Crackheads. Okay.
Yes, that actually is Lori. Apparently May set up her YouTube for her, and she said the guitar is pretty, so I told her we'd enter her.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. But I think Billy's name has got it won on this one, just saying. Post comments below. All right. Okay.
So how many times do we want to randomize before we do the spin?
Well, that's a good thing. I'll have to look at the chat. Randomize. What do you mean by randomize? Oh, the
shuffle the names. Yeah.
Okay, guys, how many times do we want to shuffle names before we spin it? Now, there's a time delay, so we'll have to wait.
Yeah.
I hear the Jeopardy music already. Potentially Works has already put congratulations to the lucky winner. My wife just
Works happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy so many people have turned out for this, guys. I mean, 100%. Now it says 1,000. We're going to be here.
I think it's a bit excessive now.
No, we're going to be here till Christmas if he shovels it for 1,000.
What have we done? Like 7, 12, I think, was the last couple.
I'll be honest with you. I think if you do it 7 times, I mean, I can't imagine anybody would. Everybody thinks 7 times on just shuffling is okay. I'm kind of thinking that's going to be fine for 7 times. Let the player pressure luck. No whammies, everyone.
No whammies, big buck stop.
Yeah, no one's really saying, so I'm just gonna say 7. Let's do it. Just shuffle it 7 times and see what we get.
All right.
Now this isn't spinning
4, 6, 7. All right, there's 7 times.
It's 87 on CD Nelson said 87. That's better than 1,000 though.
Yeah,
right.
It's a lot better.
Well, I
So
guess
there's 7 randomizations.
give us 2 more since I talked over you and stomped on you.
All right, 8, 9, and we've got it set to spin for 2 minutes.
And of course, Linnell put 69. Really?
Dirty minds.
I'm telling you, the things I have to put up with. Okay, guys, are y'all ready? We got it. You got it set up for 2-minute spin, right?
Yes. Let me verify.
Yeah, double check.
Seconds for the spin. Yes, 120 seconds.
All right, guys. All right.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck. Here it goes. That thing hurts my little squirrel eyeballs when it spins like that. That's awful. Well, last time they said it didn't spin long enough. Now, this time they're going to say it spun too long.
Well, the first one we tried to set it for 45 seconds and it only did for like, what was it, like 10? It wasn't very long at all.
Vox has got it. Bob Barker. Okay, it's slowing down. It is slowing down. But we always get this wrong because it goes really slow and then it creeps for a little bit. So don't think that you know where it's going to stop because I never get it right. Uh-oh. Wow, it's really taking its time to stop. Oh, it's slowing down.
It passed Bob for now, at least.
I don't know. It might be right around Gabriel or Backwoods Billy.
Oh, is it going to make it to Tim B?
Tim B. Wicked Fester, maybe? Oh, maybe it might land on Mikey.
Oh,
It's gonna go on Mikey.
Don't go to Bob.
No, it's going to Bob.
Oh,
No shit. Oh no. Now that thing is just creeping now. It's still moving, guys.
It made it to Steve.
It's on Steve. It's still turning. I think it stopped. Oh my
Steve
gosh,
wins it.
Steve. Steve is our winner. Holy, I like the way that did at that time. Whatever changes you made, I like that. Okay, everyone say awesome on Steve.
Congratulations, Steve.
Steve is the man.
Congrats, Steve.
Winner, chicken dinner. Yes, sir. Oh, Billy, man, I thought you were going to get it. I was thinking how it was rolling through last time. I think it would have stopped. But maybe since you put it on 2 minutes, that slows down the ending like that. That was really cool. I like that.
It definitely went further than I thought it would.
I think that's cool. That's cool how that did that. Yeah, Vox, I'm with you. I was like, uh-oh, Trucker. Vox, I don't know if you were here during the first time. We did test spins, okay? And Trucker Bob won. I think he only lost one out of several spins, right?
Yeah, that was something like that. It was
some
it was crazy.
And it was a test night. And we're like, well, there's no way Bob will win tomorrow night. Guess what?
Wrong.
He won the next night too, so it was in the car. So when it come around to Bob, I'm like, Bob's got like the horseshoe in his trucker seat or something.
Jupe said spin again just for fun.
Oh, we want to spin again just for fun?
Just for fun. We can do that.
Search for Brian. I'm sorry. Steve Gunner won. Hold on real quick. Let me click on the spinning wheel again. So this is where it landed, guys. You can see we got Steve Gunner right there. And we really thought, well, at first I thought Mikey was going to get it. But it just started creeping. And then Trucker Bob. And then really I thought Johnny Boy was going to get it. But then it just like super slowed down and landed on Steve. So I actually thought that was pretty cool like that. All right, spin it one more time.
All right. Just for fun, guys.
Yep, this is for fun. We already have our winner, but this will show if someone come in late, it'll show how slow it was at the very end. Wait a minute, it just stopped. Oh. Did that stop on my end or did it stop for everybody?
I switched over real quick to make it full screen
Oh, okay.
on Discord in case it wasn't. Sorry.
Yeah, I already had it on full screen. Hey, Mr. Brian. Yeah, see, this is what it was doing, but it'll do this, and then it gets really, really slow. I'm going to say this time, I don't know. It's so hard to judge because it goes so slow. I'm gonna say Mikey this time. No, I don't think it'll get to Mikey.
I think it'll end up being around
CD Nelson.
Wicked Fester. Yeah, Wicked Fester to CD Nelson. It might make it to
I don't
Mikey.
know. It did this last time.
It made it to Mikey.
It
Let's see if
might go to
Bob.
Trucker Bob. Even though we just said it's going to go freaking Trucker Bob. I'm telling you, I don't know what Trucker Bob does, but the odds of the darn spinning, I'm telling you, this is crazy. No, it's going to go past.
It made it past.
But that's twice it come close to Trucker Bob. I don't know. I'm telling you guys, Trucker Bob does whatever Trucker Bob's doing. He's got a lucky hat about him because he's always near. He may not always win, but it's always near Trucker Bob.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I'm going to close out on that. And just for giggles, guys, I do have the guitar hooked up. So I just want to play one or two little notes with the guitar. Let me open up my wing edit over here. Now, it's not going to be quite as good because we're running everything through Discord.
Box.
I
should change my name to Not Trucker Bob.
This is a kick butt guitar, guys. So that's the guitar. I'm not going to play it a lot because if you guys are that interested in the guitar, please go to the main channel, go to live, and then scroll down through. Actually, I did some changing, so you should be able to. We have video groups. If you go to the main channel and you hit playlist, you should be able to go to guitar reviews, and then scroll down to you see the purple Gretsch. The map price on this guitar is $319, and of course Steve's going to get the gig bag too, so the gig bag is $30. Shenandoah Music give us a slight discount on this, so I think we have about $310 in the guitar with the gig bag. Okay, and that allows me also to give a plug to Shenandoah Music in Winchester, Virginia. I have to thank those guys because without them, I know that doesn't sound like a lot of money, okay, but that's with tax. Okay, so if you figure the guitar and the bag, it would have been $400 with tax. So for us to be able to get the instrument after tax for about $310 with the gig bag, like again, I have to say thank you. And that's also the same store that allows me to bring instruments home so we can review. So if you live near the Shenandoah Valley, or you want to just call them and see what a product would be shipped to you, please do that. It's Shenandoah Music in Winchester, Virginia. I don't know if Linnell has their phone number. Can you look that up, Fun? We'll give a phone number plug for them.
Yeah, I can look it up, and apparently you have some crackling going on.
Yeah, we do have some crackling going. This is the first time that we've done this configuration. And a lot of that crackling was the line 6. This is the first time I've got, I don't want to bore everyone. Basically, I have Devastator coming in on the back side of the feed. So we have two different feeds. Devastator isn't technically coming in on the wing, and Linnell can't hear Devastator. So we haven't got all the bugs out.
I can hear Devastator.
Oh, she can. The issue is Devastator can't hear the line 6. So when I just played the guitar, he could not hear it through our headphones. So I don't know how to resolve that since he's off site. So I think there's a small loop going on, if that makes sense, since he's off site. I'm pretty sure that's what caused the crackling. You shouldn't hear it now.
Okay, Shenandoah Music phone number is 540-665-2781.
Please reach out to those guys. Guys, you know, they have done so much for the channel, and they supply us instruments.
Miles says I'm coming in from the backside.
Yeah, so give those guys some love. They have treated me extremely well, and they've treated this channel extremely well. So free plug to Shenandoah Music. Thanks, guys, for again filling the
Do you think
the guitar for us.
Shenandoah would ship to Canada?
So Nick's asking if I have any new guitars in the rack.
I don't know if they would ship to Canada or not. A lot of places have issues with Canada because of the VAT tax and what is it, the customs and border patrol and how things operate up there. But I would give them a call. You know, the issue with Canada is going to be the cost of shipping a product.
Vox said they can't see me.
What I would look for, since you're in Canada, you know, reach out to them, see what they say. But Sweetwater, AMS, and larger companies have probably done that, and they can probably let you know what you may or may not be in for. If you live there, I'm sure you've bought things from the U.S., so I'm not sure if there's an issue with the VAT tax and stuff like that. But reach out to them. It never hurts. And if you reach out to them, they know you found out about them from us. So, all right, Devastator's got show and tell for us.
Yeah, Nick was asking if I have any new guitars in the rack. So we went and traded in a couple guitars, and Lori picked out a Jerry Cantrell Epiphone Les Paul. And it's the wino. So it's got the real burgundy, almost see-through red. I don't know how well you can see.
Yeah, right there you can. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's like translucent.
Yeah.
So,
And then it's got Grover tuners. Very nice guitar. It was stupid expensive for an Epiphone. I think it was $8.99.
actually,
But it did come with a hard case.
that's a good price. The case alone, I ordered that case. The case alone's $150.
Okay.
Just for the Epiphone case. Yeah, it's a nice case. So if you consider that, it's not really. A lot of the Epiphones now are $1,200,
True. But yeah, that's my new one.
and that's a signature model with the case at that price. Actually, man,
Yes.
that's a pretty good price.
And then my Miles Kennedy, the Avery review, did come in on Monday.
Oh, where's it at? I want to see it. I don't believe you.
It's turn.
Oh,
It's
what's
in
it?
the case.
No, it doesn't belong in a case, man.
Well, as much money as that one costs, that one's gonna stay in the case unless it's being played.
Oh. So do you like it so far?
I do. You're right. The neck is chunky, but I do like it.
Yeah, it's a little chunky. It reminded me of believe it or not, a thicker version of a 50s neck on that guitar. So
Yeah, when I was watching a review, or not a review, Miles' interview talking about it, and he was going for a 50 styles neck.
oh, is that right?
Yes, because he has a lot of the vintage Tellys and like Gibsons and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, did my headphones die?
Did they
Hang on,
die?
guys.
Uh-oh. Technical failure. Uh-oh, he's got the plug. Yeah, when I looked at it, I did notice the guitar neck was chunky on it, but it didn't feel so chunky that the guitar felt uncomfortable, to play. But it did remind me of a thicker version of like a 50s Les Paul neck. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool myself.
Can you hear me again?
Yeah. Well, we could hear you before.
Okay. I couldn't hear you. It went off.
Yeah, we could still hear you.
Okay, sorry. But yeah, he said that he always liked the vintage feel better on the neck, so he wanted a 50s style neck.
Yeah. So you got that one, then the Les Paul.
The Jerry Cantrell Les Paul from Alice in Chains.
That's cool. All right. I'm looking in the back. I'm not seeing anything that I'm not. I think all those are.
My PRS SE.
Yep.
Custom 24. My Iceman kilt I built. My Hellraiser. My Ibanez RG. The Glary.
Which RG is that?
420 PB.
Okay. All right.
And then Lori's. Then my Yamaha acoustic. My no-name bass acoustic. My Les Paul.
Which Yamaha acoustic is that? Do you know the model number?
The F335. Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, I've went into Shenandoah Music a couple times. They've got a separate room with the acoustics. Now they have two rooms. They have the, oh my gosh, it's stupid expensive, like $5,000 acoustics. And then they have the working man's acoustic room. That's the room I go into. They're $1,500 and under. They have, how much is that guitar? 229, hun?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a Yamaha acoustic for 229. That is the best playing and best sounding acoustic in that room. It didn't matter. You could pick up the $1,400 Martin in this side. That goes to $1,400 and under. That $220 Yamaha outplays them and outsounds every guitar in that, in my opinion. And it's 29 bucks.
Yeah, this one's their cheap one, and it does. It sounds really, really good.
Yeah.
Six Strings of DNA
And
wants to know how
then
they
in
can have a chance at
the
winning
black
a
case
guitar.
over there is my Les Paul Studio that I've converted to a Slash. Dean Zielinski is in the tweed case.
Well, we got a little technical issue there. So, yeah, well, Devastator can't hear Linnell. So, well, hold on. We had a question in the chat she was trying, and you came in.
Oh.
So
Okay, go ahead.
it's not Devastator. It's the system that we have, guys. So go ahead, Linnell.
Six Strings of DNA said, how can I have a chance at winning a guitar?
Basically, we do it every 2 months. Okay. We used to do it every month, and it just became so hard for this small channel to make enough money in super chats to fund the guitar. So now we do it every 2 months. So to be entered to win on the next one, you have to be publicly subscribed to the channel. And then there should be a link to Discord in this video description. We can also put it in the chat. But if you click on the Discord link, log on to our Discord server, go to the guitar giveaway room and say, I want to be entered in this month's guitar giveaway. And that's it. There's no fee. There's no money. We have no membership here. I consider everyone that's here watching, I consider them friends and members of this channel. Everyone contributes. We're trying to build a different kind of YouTube channel here. We really are. It's not just me. The other gentleman that you see right there, he runs our Discord server. And we have another guy, which is kind of funny. He won tonight's guitar, Steve. Now, Steve is running a different part of the channel. Now, to know what Steve is up to, due to legal reasons, and no one wants problems with YouTube or anything else, you need to go over to Discord and see what Steve's up to. But Steve is taking on something we're going to, again, do every 2 months. So what Steve is working on, we're going to close next month. And when that closes, we'll do the next guitar giveaway. So basically, it's very similar to the guitar giveaway. We're just doing it off of YouTube, if that makes sense, for the inside community people. But you got to be in Discord to know about it. And it's really that simple. You want to add to that, since Steve isn't here, Devastator, I know you and Linnell both have spoken to Steve. Is there anything you want to add to that, or?
As far as the other guys, definitely check it out. The more people that participate, the better it will be.
100%. And we're being very vague for a reason. But you definitely want to go check it out. I think it's.
It should go live tonight.
Yeah.
If I remember correct.
Yeah, it should go live tonight, because we were going to wait until this guitar was given away. But if you're in, six strings of DNA, in 30 days, we're going to post the next guitar giveaway.
Steve said legal reasons, making me out like a criminal.
No, it's more about state to state issues, guys.
Maybe
Every
just
state's
stop.
different. So we just want to make sure that we're following all the rules, if that makes sense. And YouTube is funny, guys. It really is funny. So we not only, like, a lot of people, why don't you play this, or why don't you just get copyright strikes. And if you do play someone else's song, then you got to give all your monetization fee to that other artist. So, people pick on me. And there's a certain person who picks on me a lot about it. We've had it. No loss of money. I just get a note saying, hey, either remove this section of the video, or all the funds from this video that it generates are going over here. I just don't want to sit there and edit videos. So if I am playing someone else's music, I deliberately tried to play it wrong or in a different key. That's YouTube. So that's why we're being that way. We want to keep in good graces with YouTube, because YouTube is what is the platform we're streaming on. So we don't want to fall out with YouTube because we want to grow the channel. And it's up to YouTube to push this channel out for new people to find it. When you upset them and you get copyright strikes and this strike and that strike and warnings, they're not going to push your channel because you become a liability and not something that YouTube wants to make money. And if you've noticed, no one here has gotten a commercial. So YouTube can't make money on this stream. So they limit who they push to because they can't make a penny on it. I have monetization off. So the only way YouTube can make money on this channel on live is through the super chats. And I always tell people, when you give a super chat, YouTube is going to take 30% of that super chat.
Yep.
But there's no commercials. So not saying, if you want to do a super chat, do a little super chat. Those little tiny super chats, YouTube sees it. Well, we made a little bit here. Well, how much do they make on the ad revenue? As long as it balances out, YouTube doesn't care, and they're going to push the video. But if they don't see super chats and they don't see monetization on, they don't push it. And I hate to say that. That's just how it is. But I see a lot of familiar faces here. I wish everyone that showed up tonight, I wish was here every week. But I get it. We are a small channel, and some nights I repeat myself because it's hard for me, and it's hard for Devastator, and it's hard for Steve. We all have a certain life. So when we come in, we want to talk relevant, but we also want to talk about stuff that we kind of know about. And that makes it to where if you're here every week, you're probably like, wow, he talked about this 3 weeks ago. So I do try to keep it relevant, and I depend on you guys to kind of say, hey, why don't you do this or that? And again, that's Discord. You can go over to Discord and say, hey, I'd like to see some, reviews on this or this kind of topic. And again, I want to say, if you want to come on the stream, we're looking for people to come on the stream to add new content and new ideas. And, you guys are sitting in the chat and you're chatting. Imagine just being on the stream. Devastator and I have talked a couple times about it. What's your thoughts on all that, Devastator?
Well, I mean, we'd love to have guests, on the stream. Avery's talked about it several times. I know a couple people have said that they would like maybe having a co-host more regularly. So, you guys just let us know what you want, and we'll do what we can to make it happen. Or if you guys want to join on, it's not hard. We can set it up and get it done.
Yeah.
I know Kurt is waiting on it to warm up before he gets back out in his studio. I would love for Kurt to come on.
I'm wanting that.
That would be amazing.
Someone needs to go put space heaters around his other thing out there. I'll contribute to the electric bill. Let's get that thing heated up so he gets his butt out there and starts firing up that equipment. It's getting warm here. Now, he is way up on the far side of Michigan, so it's probably still chilly up there.
Yeah.
I haven't.
But we would love for Kurt to come in one stream. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I do plan on doing a Kurt thing. Jupe says, I'll come on with my guitar, but they might all leave. He says they might all leave. That's okay. Linnell's learning Mary Had a Little Lamb, so he can play.
Oh my God, really?
He can play lead over that. Yeah, she's playing it on the Jackson through the Friedman.
What is wrong with you?
It's a new twist on it. I'm telling you guys. You seen the new Killer Bambi movie? Well, wait till you hear this. Yeah, we're trying to do different things, guys. So that's why I'm having Brian on next week. and he is super psyched to come on and talk to you guys. I might reach out again. I went to Shamrock Music in Percival, and I know Shamrock and Shenandoah, they know one another. Okay, so I might go by Shamrock and see if we can do an interview with those cats over at Shamrock. It's just I don't want to go to a Guitar Center because Guitar Center is so corporate, and you're going to talk to the manager, and they're going, oh, I can't do this. If you go to a smaller store, they're going to be more up to talk to somebody and be, I don't know, more open and forward to things.
Not to mention, there's several YouTubers that go to Guitar Center and do that.
Right. Exactly. There's several YouTubers that already do that. I think going to a smaller store that has a smaller, more, I guess, musician or friendly based environment. Like when I go into Shamrock, there's sofas and chairs, like recliners, in the middle of the showroom. And there's people in there just drinking coffee, just chilling out, drinking coffee and looking at guitars. I mean, I don't see that it. That's what I said. I'm like, this is freaking cool. These guys that got Starbucks are sitting in here, they're looking at a guitar, sitting on the sofa, they're chatting, they're hanging out.
Here,
But it's a music store.
Vox said maybe.
I like
do a-
Vox's idea.
Ooh, what's Fox say here?
Maybe we can do a live tour of Shenandoah music.
Ooh, I think we could probably do that. Um, I don't see why we couldn't. It would have to be a midday stream. They close on Saturdays at 3 p.m. our time. So you can calculate, depending on where you're watching from, that would be, we'd have to do probably 2 o'clock or 1:30, and then they're really busy right before closing.
And Kurt,
So,
Kurt said, please don't do a big box guitar store.
yeah, I'm just not feeling the big box store thing. Those are the two big ones. There was another one called Melody Music. They were in Leesburg, and I shopped at Melody Music and Shenandoah Music mostly. But Melody Music is no more. I hate to say it. Again, that's why I say support your local stores. My other local store, because I lived in West Virginia for a while, was K&B Music. That's where my Wolfdale drivers come from. Sadly, K&B Music is no longer with us either. We have to really stop and think, guys. What have I said? I mean, I don't, up until about 4 or 5 years ago, I never bought a guitar without playing it. I went to my store. I looked at them. I'm like, wow, that's nice. I didn't get online and look at the specs and, I went to the store. And then if I saw something I thought was cool, I picked it up. And then I was interested in what did it have to offer. I didn't go, oh, it's got stainless steel. It's got Onico, frets. It's got locking tuners. It's got all this stuff. And you're looking at a picture of it and then you order it. So you're buying to try it. I mean, I do it too, guys. But if we support our local store, you get to go in that local store and play the instrument and actually hang out and talk to other people. Well, what do you think about that, Devastator? I mean,
like my Miles, it had issues that kind of money guitar probably shouldn't have had. And if I had been able to go play in a store, I would have told them, hey guys, this needs to be fixed or something before I would have bought it for that kind of money.
yeah.
So, luckily I know a good tech that can take care of it for me, but and it was very nice now. Thank you very much again.
Yeah, man. Not all stores do that though. They really don't. I don't know if Shamrock has a guy there that checks the guitars. I haven't spoke to him that much. I don't know if I don't think K&B Music did. I think they stuck them out of the box and stuck them on the wall. So I mean, you might have a really good local store, and then again, you might not have a really good local store. And then if you live out where Mikey lives, well, there's nothing out there. So I kind of get someone that lives out, you know, where there's less population. There's not going to be big music stores. So that's a good alternative. They can get on Sweetwater, and Sweetwater's going to back it with a 35-day money back guarantee. And then even with you, Devastator, Z Sounds treated you good.
Yeah, they did me great. So anybody that doesn't know, when I bought the Miles Kennedy, I bought the PRS case that Z-Sounds and Sweetwater both said fit that guitar. That was a certified fit case, and it did not fit. So I contacted Z-Sounds, and what was it, Avery? The next day, 2 days later, you had a replacement?
Yeah. The pick guard.
Yeah, the pick guard was a little bowed, and I contacted Z-Sounds, and they contacted Paul Reed Smith, and it was like the next day. Avery had a replacement for that.
Yeah. It's stupid fast. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
So
for them to be able to contact them and then Paul Reed Smith to get me that part that quick, that's crazy.
yeah, that was insane.
Now, I do live an hour away from Paul Reed Smith's factory, but it still has to go in the mail, snail mail. That's still incredible. 2 days to my door, and that was when he called Z Sounds.
Yep.
I mean, and I'm third party. So that's crazy efficient. So you can have good experiences, I think, with online buying. My point is support your local store if you can. Because if you need a set of strings or you just want to go hang out and talk to other musicians, that's where it's at. It's at your local store, you know? And if you walk in and it's dead, it's because of the change that we have. Why do you think we're all here on YouTube? We used to do this at the music stores. You'd go meet your buddies, go check out the new stuff that was showing up. Now we have YouTube. And I appreciate YouTube and I appreciate y'all coming here, but there's still something to be said for going into your local shop and meeting people, especially if you're in a local band and you're out playing. You get them in a different environment. You can talk to them. Hey, what are you guys are seeing pay-wise? Now that you're out playing here, it's exact same places. If you're at your local store and they're playing bars and you see someone from that band in there, odds are they're playing the exact same places that you're looking at playing. So you can ask them there, hey, what are they paying? What's the turnout? What's the head count? You know, you can get a feel for a place that you might want to be playing and you know they've played there. You can go up to them and say, how was it? Because you might hear something that may go, okay, I don't want to play there. But you wouldn't get that on YouTube because you've got a one-on-one environment with another musician that's a practicing professional that's out playing live, if that makes sense. So that's why.
Yeah, see, Mikey's like us. You know, our nearest guitar center is a little over an hour away. Luckily, we do have a local mom and pop shop that I go to a lot, but so Mikey's in the same boat I am.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, the closest, it's an hour, hun, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Guitar Center's about an hour for the Fairfax one, and about an hour and 15 minutes to the Seven Corner one. And the drawback is the one in Fairfax, oh my gosh, guys, you can write your names on the speaker cabinets. When you walk in the door,
wow.
the dirt and the dust that's on that stuff, you could go up and you can put, Bob was here. You come back a month later, I guarantee you'll still be able to see it, but it'll be dusty where you wrote through it. The place, the carpet where you walk in the door, there's no carpet left. It's just a weave. The bottom part of the weave where they feed the fiber through, it's just been walked so much, it's done. The glass cabinets are bad shape. The stuff that's in the cabinets are just thrown in there. The guitar hooks, the hangers, the amps, the way they have them, it's a awful looking store inside. And you walk into a place like that and they've got, what's sad is they'll have a section of used amps and they're just thrown on top of one another. And you go, oh, it's beat up. Well, I wonder why. Because it just looks like someone threw the amplifier in this pile, and you got to fish it out, plug it in, find a cable. It's an awful looking store inside. Now, the one in Seven Quarters isn't that bad, but the one in Fairfax, it Guitar Center, needs to do something on updating. Well, maybe it's just my local stores, but both stores are very old and very dated. It just doesn't, it's just not clean. When I walk into Shenandoah Music, the floor is clean, the carpet's nice, the guitars, the cabinets, everything's clean. You're going in to buy a $1,500 guitar or a $300 guitar. You don't want to pick it up and have to wipe the dust off of it,
Yeah.
or the strings are rusted. We were at Guitar Center at Seven Corners, and it was a Jackson, wasn't it?
I believe.
Looking at a Jackson, and it was messed up. And they already had it on semi-clearance, discounted down. So I went up to the manager, and I offered him money. He goes, I can't sell it for that. I'm like, dude, look at this thing. Oh, someone will buy it. And it wasn't just that one. They had a bunch of them that had been dropped or damaged or broken strings, or the guitar had been there so long the strings were rusted. And he goes, well, I'll give you a set of free strings. I'm like, man, it needs more than strings. This guitar is in bad shape. Your local store, you shouldn't have that problem, if that makes sense. So, end of rant. But I want to thank Shenandoah for allowing me to purchase the guitar for the giveaway. Again, congratulations to Steve.
I'm instructed to tell everybody that there's a surcharge for cam appearance.
Oh, there's a surcharge now. Oh my gosh. Is it going to be enough to cover the cocoa cost?
I have no clue, but there's apparently a surcharge now.
Oh, I'm going to have to go back and read the chat here.
Oh, no, it wasn't in the chat.
It wasn't in. See, guys, the inside information is there's a private communication between the moderators in the moderator Discord forum that only the moderators can read.
Now, it's not only moderators.
Well, I can't get in to read it.
Well, no, but direct messages can be sent to people.
Oh, now they're even getting super secret. Now they're doing direct messaging. Wow. All right,
we got to
guys.
post stuff about you too now.
I know.
Let you be left there.
That's why they kicked me out of the group. They go, "Head darn Avery." Okay.
You're talking about the local stores. One thing I think is really cool about our local music store is it's an old pharmacy.
What?
Yeah, they moved the pharmacy over one or two buildings, and Quattlebaum's took over the pharmacy and made it a music store.
Oh, that's too funny.
So, and it's been there since the 1800s.
Oh,
the building.
wow.
Billy said Avery's going to have to buy Linnell a new PRS guitar.
I don't think she has a PRS.
I don't.
Yeah. She doesn't have a PRS. She, well, I'm not going to go there because there's one sitting right here that she just got.
Have you ever reviewed a 7 or 8 string multi-scale guitar?
It is a 7-string Jackson, but was it a multi-scale guitar?
Yeah, it wasn't it was a 7-string offset V Randy Rose.
Yeah.
JS. That guitar played really well. The only issue I had with that particular Jackson was the pickups. The pickups were just a little muddy in it, but I think that was like a $385 guitar for a 7-string. The tuners were okay on it. The bridge was okay on it. The fit and finish was good on it. It was for $385 for a 7-string guitar. It was a heck of a buy. Another good one is the RG 7-string that Ibanez makes. It's $399, and Ibanez actually makes that exact same guitar in an 8-string for $449. And I can already tell you both of those guitars are really nice. So if you're wanting to get into the 8-string or 7-string, I don't think you can go wrong with the JS 7-string Jacksons. Just keep in mind the pickups are going to be a little muddy. And the exact same thing with the Ibanez 7-string and the 8-string. They're not using the Quantums, and they're not. What's the other pickup that was in your Guitar Devastator? That was
And which one? The core was the Miles Kennedy Narrowfields.
Paul Stanley, the Ibanez.
Oh, those Affinities.
Infinities. No, they're not the Infinities either. So
Quantums?
no, it's a 7-string. So I'm not sure what Ibanez is using on the 7-string, but they sounded better than the Infinities that was in your guitar. So
yeah, those Affinities sound like trash.
Yeah, but the 7-string and the 8-string, they're decent. So the one's $400, so it's like $15 more than the Jackson, and then the 8-string is $449 the last time I priced. If I had to pick, I like the Jackson, but playing here at the house with it on my lap, the V really isn't the guitar. But I do think they make a 7-string dinky in the JS, if I remember correctly.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would, if you're more of a house player and you're sitting on the chair a lot, I would probably look at that body style over the V. But if you're standing up and you're in a band and you need something inexpensive, the V is awesome. I like the headstock on the Jackson V. It's not the standard pointy headstock. It has more of it's a 4-3 configuration. I think it looks awesome on that offset V. The Ibanez headstock is more like the standard RG headstock. But
Brad Rocker says IBZ pickups.
what is it?
IBZ pickups?
IBZ? It could be the IBZs. It's not the Quantums. I know that are on it. And they didn't. I played the 7-string one, and they didn't sound bad.
Can you recommend a nice Ibanez for shred under $1,000?
A nice what? A nice Ibanez for under $1,000?
Yeah.
I'm liking the S520. The S520 is an S model, like Linnell has. It's really lightweight, and it has the 0-edge bridge. It's a nice solid bridge, and I believe those are going for, let me see, what are those going for?
The other thing on Discord is live, for anybody who's wondering.
Okay, everybody have to go check it out. S520 Ibanez. So the S520 is $649. Nice guitar. It's an S body.
Now, Billy, I agree with. He said the Nita Strauss. If you can get it for under $1,000, that's a killer guitar.
Yeah, they make an Anita Strauss S model as well. So
Yeah.
the 520 is just a humbucker. It's HH. The Anita Strauss is HSH. So if you've ever played an S or an HSH, some people claim that center pickup is right where you pick, and they have problems with that center pickup. That's why you look at a lot of professional guitar players, they lower that center pickup down a little bit so it's not uptight. Personally, I haven't had a problem with it, but I don't really raise my pickups close to the strings, if that makes sense.
Did you get the video that Billy sent you about the cheap ceramic pickups versus $745 Seymour Duncan pickups?
I did not.
On Discord?
I didn't look at it yet. Seymour Duncan, I look at it as a business person. Okay. A smaller business can do more for less. Okay. And the reason for the smaller business, maybe they haven't had an accident claim yet and their workers' comp isn't up. Another reason, when you reach over 20 employees in most states, your insurance, your taxes, everything goes up. A smaller business does not have a warehouse or this or that. They farm out their work and then they install it and put their name on it. There's a point when you grow to the point where you have to make X money to keep your overhead up. Seymour Duncan has been around for so long. They have employees that have retired. You know, they offer benefits. They have a warehouse and manufacturing and stuff like that. More employees. It's more overhead and they advertise more. So all these things add cost. You know, I'm not saying anything about it. I like Seymour's, but I know you can get nice pickups at reasonable prices because Guitar Heads does. But Guitar Heads, those guys aren't making those pickups. They're not. As much as I like Guitar Heads, those cats over there are not making those pickups. They're made elsewhere and they're made to their specs and they're putting their name on it, reboxing it, and selling it. So they're just storing the product. So they don't have technical employees. They don't have all these things that add cost. They're not advertising. Because remember, I reached out to them and they said, no, we're not really interested. Our product sells. They don't want to pay out YouTubers and this or that, or advertise here or advertise there or push. They're a small company. People that know about them with the little reverb page and eBay, that's how they get by. It's a $60 pickup set. It's a nice pickup set. But Seymour Duncan can't do that. They can't, if that makes sense. So the old saying is there's a reason why certain things cost X. But at the same token, Guitar Heads can't get that kind of money out of their pickup. Why? It's not necessarily that the pickup's not worth it. No one knows about it. So how do you get recognition? You've got to advertise. You've got to have salespeople, and you have to pick up a distributor. Well, what happens when you pick up a distributor? That distributor wants to make money. So if Guitar Head is selling their pickup for $60, and they want that profit margin, okay, now the distributor wants to make a little bit of money, and that distributor isn't going to sell it. They're going to sell it to a music store. So the distributor makes 10 or 15%. Now the music store's got to make 30%. So now that $60 pickup is now going to cost you $120, $140, because Guitar Heads had to give it to the distributor. Now the distributor is going to sell it to the music store. So at 60, if they want to make 20%, okay, now it's $80 to the music store. Now the music store needs to make 30%. So that 110, 115, 120 bucks. Guitar Head's making the same amount of money. But now you've got a distributor, and that distributor has more reach to different stores, and that gets it in front of more people. That gets it in front of more YouTubers, because the distributors will push and find YouTube channels just like manufacturers do. All these things add cost. So that's why this channel's here. I don't necessarily say, if you watch my reviews, I don't say Ibanez is the best or Jackson's the best or, Paul Reed Smith or IYV. You get what you pay for. You really do. But there are some diamonds in the rough. I think there were some great Fireflies. And why is Firefly cheap? No distributing. But if you have a warranty claim, good luck. Because what you're going to get, we'll give you 10% off or 20% off your next order. Or we'll take 5% off. We'll give you a credit. But very rarely will you see Firefly say, yeah, send it back to us. And if they do, you're paying the shipping. And then they'll credit you. So you're still losing. And I've dealt with Firefly quite a bit. Leo James, on the other hand, you have Amazon. The problem with that is if you do a return on a Leo James to Amazon, you're not going to see your money for 35 to 40 days on average. Because Amazon, Leo James 50-50. It may ship directly from Amazon and it may not. If it's shipped directly from Amazon, you'll get your credit most likely immediately. If Leo James sent it from one of their distribution places for Amazon, you're waiting 45 days. And good luck emailing Leo James on a warranty problem. They have never responded to one of my emails. All these things make a difference and raise the cost, because if you have a company and you've got a couple of people sitting out here just answering the phones, taking warranty, now you got a warranty department, shipping and handling, you've got employees stocking stuff, fixing stuff. Firefly and Leo James is 2 or 3 guys sitting around with an administrative assistant, and that's it. That's the company. They order product, it comes in, it sits, probably not in an acclimated warehouse either, because that costs money. If you order 1,000 guitars, do you think Firefly has a acclimated warehouse somewhere? Or do you think they're just putting them somewhere and getting them out the door? They might. But if you've got that kind of room, now you're paying rent, heat, air conditioning to keep those guitars up. Sweetwater, I know for a fact, all their warehouses are humidity controlled, heated, cooled, because they got a lot of money in that stuff. And the cost of those buildings, if you haven't been to Sweetwater, just one of the warehouses make a super Walmart look small. Imagine super Walmart times 2, and that's just one of their warehouses. The other shipping or receiving warehouse is the size of one Walmart supercenter. Then the main store where they receive and ship, it's kind of, because you can see where they've grown. On the back side of the building, when you pull in the parking lot, they're shipping and receiving right here. That building, again, is the size, it's probably a little bit bigger than a super Walmart. So you have those 3 buildings that you have to heat, cool, make the payment on, and pay all the employees in those 3 buildings. That's what raises your cost. And us as buyers, like when Devastator had a problem, when he called Z-Sounds, someone picked up the phone. And they made it happen for him that quick. That's the difference between Z-Sounds and Firefly or Leo James, or name your import company. Guitar Fetish. You think you're going to get a guitar fetish, and they're going to send you an email and do get a second party apart within 2 days? So I get what Billy's saying, but you have to also understand that there's cost there. I mean, I work for a living too. That's why we're having Brad in. Brian in. He does it for a living. So he's going to give you a better understanding working for these stores, trying to make money and selling that product at a mat price when people come in. And it's like, well, I can get it over here for this price. I can get it over here for that price. But you've walked into the music store and you want to be served and you want a good product. Well, that product comes from Fender or Ibanez or whoever else. Maybe it didn't come in too good and it needed to be serviced. So now you got their tech, their employees there. Most employees are paid on commission, so the price starts going up. I guess that's all. You want to add anything to that, man?
Well, Kurt said if you get some more headlesses on, he'd be more interested. Before I forget.
I know Kurt wants. I did do a look on some headless guitars. Right now, the only ones that I think I would be interested in reviewing would maybe be the Hills guitar. Redid has a guitar out, but technically we've already done a review on the Redid. If you're looking at Amazon, the Redid, Valgoa, and Grote is all the exact same company. So before someone says, "Oh, I bought a Grote and it was a piece of junk," but this Valgoa is great. It's the exact same guitar. They're just changing the name. Redid, Valgoa, and Grote. Grote is the main company. Valgoa is their second company, and Redid is their 3 company. So they rebadge and paint. Sometimes they don't even paint them different. They just badge them different. Right now, there's a Redid on, and it's a nice guitar. Because if you go back and look at the channel, we did do a review on the Valgoa version. It's a nice guitar. Not really interested in that, but the Hills, they have one at $550 and their next model's at $750. That one's not too bad. There's a couple IYVs on Amazon, and I've heard kind of hit and miss.
Kurt said buy the Green Hills headless with the trim. I will buy it off you after the review.
If you really want to do that, we can do that. if you're interested in that model. I know which model you're talking about. So reach out to me on Discord and we can make that happen. You know, I think the Hills, there's been enough people I trust that have looked at that guitar. And the only thing I've heard is it's 50-50 on the pickups. Some people say they like them. Some people say they're eh. But no one has said they're horrible. And pickups are taste. So keep that in mind. Guys, I'm going to let Mr. Devastator take over. If he can click off of me so he goes full screen, I need to use the restroom.
Also, no box break tonight?
Well, we can do break. Have we been on? How long have we been on?
It's 9:12 your time.
Okay, I guess we'll do intermission. All right, let me pull up the window. And I want to, again...
Shots fired at the White House.
Who? Shots fired?
Yeah. At the White House dinner.
Oh, my gosh. You know, I don't even know what to say about that. Guys, I know you guys won't understand, unless you've been here. DC is
most dangerous city in the world.
It's a poop hole.
At least once a week on the Beltway, someone gets shot on our Beltway around DC. That's where I work. Just the other week, somebody broke down. They pulled over to help them. The person goes nuts and killed one person and shot two other or something.
He killed one person, shot another, and he killed a dog.
I mean, this was the person that was broke down. People pulled over to help him and he just went, and there's always someone cuts somebody off, they pull up next to him and they shoot him driving down the road. The car flies off the road. It's a very polarized area, and the area in where I am, it's segregated. People talk about we're past that. We're not. There is a community for every different culture down here, and they don't correlate well. There's the Hispanic culture, okay, and you're going to think, well, it's the Hispanic culture. No, because the people from Mexico can't stand the people from Guatemala, and the people from Guatemala hate the people from Venezuela. So they divide themselves up. And then you have the Asian side, then you have the Middle Eastern side, okay? It's gotten to the point where there's certain areas where you just don't go inside the Beltway. And I'm not saying I know how to fix it. I'm saying the problem with it was no one assimilated into the culture here. And it started because, well, I'm going to live here because I can't speak English. And that area just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And Seven Corners, where I go to Guitar Center, right across the street, is a huge Asian place. And it's not just, it's the whole area right there is Little Asia, they call it.
Wicked Fester said that's why when he drives to Florida, he goes by Front Royal. It's the go around DC route.
Yeah. Little Asia is right next to Guitar Center. And if you go past that, you get into the Falls Church area where we used to do a lot of work and shop for guitars and stuff. That's more Guatemalan and Venezuela. Okay. Manassas is more Mexico. Okay. And Brazil.
Wicked Fester said, remember the Beltway sniper.
Exactly. And that was somebody hiding in their trunk, shooting through the keyhole in the trunk. They would sit in there for hours and shoot someone a half a mile away. I don't even know how they caught that guy. But they had modified their vehicle and they laid down in the vehicle and they would shoot people out of the back of the vehicle. I remember that plainly. I was actually in McLean the day during 9/11. So I know what happens in the area when there's a massive threat. It's people laugh when I say I want to leave this area, and I do. The problem is I'm just not in a good enough position to leave. So and maybe in a couple of years I can leave. Um, it's sad because this used to be a wonderful place to live. It was a wonderful place to live. And I don't want to say it's horrible here because I still love where I live. It's not. It hasn't made it to my doorstep yet, but it's very close. We're right outside of DC.
Winchester's worse than Front Royal at the moment.
Yeah, it's coming this way. All right, guys, we're going to take our intermission, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation. And this is our first time hitting intermission. I don't think we'll have any problems, but this is where we take 5 minutes, and you can hit the restroom, get something to drink, get a victual, and we'll see you in about 5 minutes. I gotta figure out which one we need.
All right.
All right, we are back, guys, from break. So I got to get my chat window back open. That's not the chat window. All right. Yeah, I see. Linnell was talking to Devastator guys during. Usually she's my chat window in between. I made the Coco, and she was talking to Devastator. So I'm looking back and seeing if
I
we
learned
missed
things
anything.
about Avery that we don't need to know, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Linnell's in for it later. They're one of fret level on one of her guitars.
That's okay. You better keep an eye open on all yours.
Oh, yeah, I know. Anyway, that brings us up to the next topic. We have a Discord server, and the name of the room has been changed. It's now called the Gas Station. Okay? And it's exactly what you think it is. People post things that they have up for sale in the gas station. I posted a bunch of stuff today, and I know Steve has some things posted, and I don't know if there's any other posts, but if you have something that you're wanting to list, please go over to our Discord server and put in the gas station, what you have that you're wanting to sell. Or, if you put it in there, you might be able to work out some trades, just saying. Maybe got this guitar, willing to trade it for this. Maybe someone's got that guitar, But I posted a couple different things. I posted a couple guitars, a 32-track digital recording unit, a Mackie mixing board, a solid twin tube Seymour to Duncan distortion pedal. It actually has two tubes in it. It's the Seymour Duncan Mayhem. It's a really rare pedal. You see a lot of the blue tube and the other one, but not the Mayhem one. So if you know what that is and you want it, I put it on pretty cheap. The Mayhems, when they come on reverb, without the power supply, go for over $200. With the power supply, they're stupid expensive. I think I put 160 on this one. And the reason I definitely put no power supply, it runs on 16 volts. So all your high-end pedals run on a higher voltage. That's another way you can tell that you're buying a high-end pedal. It will not run at 9 volts. You get more headroom at the higher voltage. So go check it out. I know Steve put up a bunch of pedals and a bunch of other stuff. Go look and see what's in the gas station.
Jim says that he'll trade his Schecter for Cheryl.
Oh my gosh! Now that would have to go in the gas station for that, or we can make Steve make a new room, red light district.
I don't know. We might have to do truck stop restrooms.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Bob, you better behave.
Yeah, we might have to let Bob run that room. Yeah, but go check it out, guys. I think we're trying to have a really good Discord server, something that you can go and get guitar information. I know there's a couple people on there. I forget the guy's name. It's like JD Customs or something. Posts a lot of
Customs.
JR Customs posts a lot of stuff in there for pickups and neck work. It's not just me. I know Steve's got some posts in there. There's all kinds of different rooms for different topics, so go check it out.
If you guys like any kind of certain music, there's a room to share music. YouTube channels that you guys like, there's a room to share those.
Yep. If you run across the YouTube channel you thought was interesting and has something to offer, we're all about new and upcoming YouTube channels or big channels that have cool content. People post different links there all the time so you guys can see new content. And we got Johnny Bean just showed up in the chat. So if you guys want to go check out Johnny Bean's channel, I know Vicky Fester was in earlier. He has a YouTube channel. Actually got quite a bit of good content there as well.
TR does good videos. I've watched a few of those.
Yep. I'm looking back to see who else. Of course, everyone searching for Tone Brian. Everyone knows Brian. Brian's got a YouTube channel. I know he was in here earlier. Am I missing anyone that has their own channel in here? I have not seen
I know
Ted.
Jupe has a channel. He does a little bit of
Really?
playing from time to time. Yeah.
Oh, I
Jupe
didn't.
does good work. Jupe plays well.
You've seen Juice.
Penagore has his own channel. He's got he used to be in a band, and a lot of the old music from his band is on his channel.
Right, I remember that. So yeah, we've got a couple celebrities in here. Just trying to point them all out. We're all about it. I don't think am I missing anybody else that has a channel? I don't think so. I think we've mentioned everyone that has put. If I haven't, put in the chat, hey, I got a channel. Come check out my stuff.
Beretta Vandy said if I put my Vandenburg and Nitro up for sale, Avery would be looking to get them quick.
Yeah, I think he has a Series 1 Vandenburg. I'm pretty sure it's a Series. I really want a Series 1 Vandenburg. I want a pink one. But my dream Vandenburg, now he can tell me I want a puzzle. That's like everyone has their holy grail guitar. That's my holy grail guitar. A 1988 Peavey Vandenburg puzzle. In bad shape, they go for $4,000. They usually go between 5,000 and 6,000. I think they only made less than 100 of those guitars. Probably less than 50, actually. I don't know how many they actually made of those guitars.
Angry Trucker Bob has his own channel. That's right.
That's right. Angry Trucker Bob's got a channel. I know CD Nelson has a couple videos too.
Beretta Vandy's is a pink Series 1.
See, he just likes to rub that in, doesn't he? Just taking it and just the guitar you want. I got a black Gen 2. And mine's a nice guitar. It's just when I ordered mine, it was supposed to come with the 2700 Killer. And Beretta Vandy said they made 100 of those guitars. That seems high. And that's telling me the people that have those guitars are not listening them, because very rarely they come up for sale. And the one that I saw last time for sale, the puzzle was painted after. So they pulled production guitars and they scratched the clear coat, sprayed the puzzle, and then re-clear coated the guitar. And the issue the guitar has, sometimes that secondary clear coat is failing and they're getting bubbles, like air bubbles in the finish. And I've only seen one for sale in the last 7 years that was mint with no bubbles in the clear finish where it is separated. Extremely hard guitar to find. I already know, unless someone just doesn't know what they have and I run across it, I'll never own one, because I can't spend $6,000 on that guitar. Plus, I wouldn't want to scratch it. So I've thought about buying a Vandenburg that someone's butchered, that's put different pickups in it. It's a little beat up. I see them as cheap. Somebody posted one. Was it Bob posted one or Steve posted one for like 800 and something hun? It was a couple weeks ago.
I think it was Steve, wasn't it?
I don't know. That guitar was not worth anything because it had different pickups in it. They had modified it and done a bunch of things. And there was one that was repainted. If you can get one of those dirt cheap, I would just buy that guitar, put like a Seymour Duncan distortion in it, and maybe like an Area 57 in the neck, paint it black, do the puzzle, and I could do a really good job of it. And for me, that's a guitar I would play, if that makes sense. I don't think I could take a regular puzzle and be able to do it. If they made a Firefly puzzle, it wouldn't be right, because they're not going to do the beak headstock, Mikey. That's the issue. I'll give Firefly credit. When Firefly recreates, like they recreated the George Lynch guitar, they get the impression of the guitar, but they still use the Firefly headstock, and it still says Firefly on it. So when people say I'm hell on Chibson, exactly. because Gibson is a registered trademark of Gibson. As much as I don't necessarily agree with what Gibson does, that doesn't mean some Chinese company should be able to make an inferior product, stick someone else's name on it, and sell it. And people go, well, I know it's not a Gibson. It's not that point. They're not Gibson. I mean, Firefly puts Firefly right on it. It says Firefly. Firefly has like 4 or 5 different proprietary headstocks that they use. They pick a headstock that best fits that model, whether it's their beak or their banana or the 3-on-3, and they build the guitar and they paint it and they get it very close to the original, but it says Firefly. Got no problems with it. They're not claiming or saying it's this or that. It's a Firefly. I got no problems with that. So the George Lynch model, the John 5 model they've made, they all say Firefly. The Chibson stuff doesn't. And if you're a Chibson fanboy, that's fine. I just disagree with them putting Gibson on it. I think our U.S. Customs should step in and say, no, this Gibson doesn't make anything overseas with the Gibson name on it. It can't come in, if that makes sense.
I saw a video today that apparently Customs has started checking some of those guitars. And you know how they usually put a sticker over where it says Gibson until you get it?
Yeah.
Apparently now they're having to double over that because if they pull it up, I guess Customs can still hit it. So they're putting another sticker under the first sticker.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I'm not keen on that. There's other companies, guys, that we can get, what's it, AO or whatever it is, that they import.
AIO?
Yeah, that company, they import over here, pull the guitar out, check it, verify it, and then resell it. I would far better buy that product than a Tees. Nothing against Tees, but AIO has been doing it longer and they have a track record. That doesn't mean they're going to be around next year, but I would imagine AIO will be around next year. I would put more money on, if one was going to go out of business, I would put my money on AIO staying open and Tees going under. Not saying either company is, but if you got to think about a warranty or having a problem, AIO, I think, would be the better way of going. Both companies are importing, checking, and resending. So keep that in mind too. And it's nothing against Tees. It really isn't. In 5 or 6 years, if he gets all his ducks in a row and he gets a following and he gets some people behind him, but when that happens, it's not going to be a $170 guitar anymore. Just rewind the conversation and you'll know why. Because when he has to hire someone to answer the phone, someone just to do shipping and labeling and receiving and checking, and then someone to check the guitars, and he starts moving a product, then he's going to have to pay employees. Yeah.
Oh, I was waving at Lori. She's got in.
I'm like, he's trying to get my attention.
But we do have a question. Beretta Vandy asks, how are Acklot stuff?
To be honest with you, I would stay away from them right now. I haven't reviewed one yet, but if you go and you watch some YouTube videos, it's pretty funny. They call out the mistake and they make it out like it's a benefit to you. I was watching the Bald Shredder on one, and I'll mention the name because it's nothing bad one way or the other. Bald Shredders were reviewing this guitar, and he's like, look, it's got a push-pull. Push-pull didn't do anything. But he said they put it in there, so if you choose to split the coil, you could wire it. Now I'm going to translate what happened. The company screwed up the order, put the push-pull in it, and they forgot to wire it. So they had already sent all these guitars without checking them because it's a Chinese company. So, they added this so you could do it. No, they put it in there and they wired it wrong. And now they've got all these guitars sitting in Amazon that they can't get back. So that's telling you right there, the guitar is not being checked at the factory. They also had some other guitars with some electrical issues. And again, they just said it was there for your convenience. It wasn't this or I would give them a little bit more time. It's an Amazon guitar. If that makes sense. It's an Amazon guitar, so you're going to get what you pay for, if that makes sense. If I was going to buy an inexpensive guitar like that, I would lean more towards Grote. That's a really cheap guitar. The pickups aren't going to be that good in it, but the Grotes that I've seen have been pretty good. And there she is. Grote's bodies and Grote's necks, are good solid necks and they're good solid bodies. Count on putting electronics on it. The two or three Grotes that I had good tuners on them, but they have lowered their cost since the ones I reviewed. So if you want a project, I'd maybe start with a Grote. If you can find a good one, Trucker Bob has a Leo James here. That Leo James did okay on fretwork. You might want to look at the new Hurricane. Try to stay away from the epoxy finish Leo James.
Says hello, nice to see you.
We hear you whether you do this or not. There's no difference in the volume.
Well, I'm not to talk over you.
Hello, nice to see everybody, even though I can't see you.
Maybe go for a Leo James or Hurricane. The one that I have downstairs, they have the Roman numerals wrong on the guitar. But the fretwork was,
Is it a hurricane or a tsunami?
It's a Tsunami. That's it. It's a Tsunami. They are what they are, guys. At that price point, what do I say? It's amazing the darn things even play. Anything under $200. I mean, you can't buy the parts for that to even put the thing together. So if you pull it out of the box and it plays, how can you really? I know that sounds awful, but it's a $200 guitar. I just put $115 in gas in my van, and that got me 4 days for work. So let's qualify that $200 guitar. Yeah, things have changed, guys. It's go to McDonald's. 3 people at McDonald's, it's $30 now.
You're eating cheap.
Yeah, we're saying, yeah. So
Lori went to Hardee's for dinner a couple nights ago. It was $60 for 3 of us.
Yep. So let's qualify what we're saying. It's a $200 guitar. It's amazing it plays. Okay. And all this is happening, and I've said it a lot. People go, oh my gosh, PRS wants $2,000 for an Indonesian guitar. Well, sure they do. Why? Because they make more money. They're going to make a lot more money on that guitar than they did on Devastator's USA-made guitar.
Yeah.
They want you to buy that import. The Herman Lee American was $6,000 or $7,000. So people are like, oh, they've lost their mind. Oh my gosh, PRS is smoking crack. No, they wasn't. They established a price point on that guitar. They turned around, sent it to Cort, Indonesia, their factory, and they produced that guitar for $2,000. Now when you buy it, go, look at how much money I saved. The USA one was $7,000. Well, I guarantee you he makes more money on that one than he ever did on the 100 of the USA ones. Why? He only made 100. He had to pay someone to write all the CAM programs. They had to test it. That's waste. How many prototypes did they build? The finishing. You're only making 100 of them. By the time you figure out how to make it, you're done. You're not making it anymore. The learning curve. So I would say he makes more money on that import. They are prepping us for that. Exact same thing with Gibson. I've been hearing rumors the Epiphone's made in China, but Gibson owns the plant. Do they? Yeah, I don't know. Can we prove that? Can we prove Gibson owns that plant in China? Or is it Sismac or Sismic or whatever that name of that company? If someone knows actually, no, it's SIMTECK something. Sasmatic or whatever.
Everybody I've ever heard say it was Sasmac.
Yeah, I don't know how you pronounce it. Is it them? And they're doing like what Paul Reed Smith did with Indonesia and Cort? Because I guarantee you, Paul Reed Smith put up some money for Cort with a contract. Unless there was something other, and Cort said, okay, we'll build a building just for these guitars. But you need to order X amount of guitars over X amount of time because they need to know they're going to make that money back. Because they've invested money in building another building just to build this guitar. Cort's not going to do that. And then Paul Reed Smith says, after 2 years, Cort's going to want an arrangement, just like PRS wants an arrangement with Cort. Look, you need to just build my product here and keep it proprietary. We just reviewed 2 Corts. Why are Cort guitars so good? Well, you don't think Paul Reed Smith taught those employees over there his way of building a guitar? You don't think the factory reps from Ibanez haven't went to Cort and said, we want our guitar built this way for these reasons? You don't think Jackson went to Cort and said, we want these things? So who learned all this information? Cort. So who do you think can build the guitar? Cort. Because they know the Jackson, the Ibanez, Paul Reed Smith, Fender, all these companies that have the little proprietary thing that they want on their instrument, Cort learned how to do.
PRS actually sent, I think they rotate 3 guys a year, actually go to Cort and oversee their operations from Maryland.
Right. So even, now I want you all to follow through with me on this. Let's say no more imports in the United States. Imagine what we would be left with Fender USA, Gibson, PRS, Kiesel. I think they would be okay. But our major 3, their manufacturing ability and processing ability is way behind. And their quality control is way behind. It would take 10 years for the craftsmanship, for people to learn the trade to build good guitars. Look at what happened to Gibson when they closed the Kalamazoo plant. You know, they had 2 plants. People would go, was this a Tennessee or Michigan made Gibson? Because it's made in Tennessee, it's a piece of crap and I don't want it. They still closed the Kalamazoo plant. Why? They were getting it. It still wasn't as good of a guitar. It took Gibson years to get that quality up. Why? The people in Tennessee didn't have the experience. The people up in Kalamazoo, Michigan, their father had worked there. Their kids were working there. They had people that had been in that plant for 20 years building guitars, teaching the new guys. Well, when they opened the plant in Tennessee, they had a few people come in from Kalamazoo. And you got all these new people that have never built guitars for Gibson working in the factory. They didn't know how to build a guitar. It took them a long time. So if these companies had to start producing guitars, they don't have the manpower. They don't have the skilled labor force that Cort has. Cort has been building guitars for 60 years. And they've been learning from their fathers and their father's father and from all the different brands that want their product made there. Imagine the resource that if you could go to work from someone and you could talk to Jackson, Ibanez, PRS, Fender, all these companies come in and they're going to teach you what they want. And you're the receiver to all that information. Imagine what that's worth. So don't discard Cort as a company. I have a Cort right back there in that box, right there. I'm telling you, it's a freaking fantastic guitar. It's so freaking good. I just put my Yamaha Pacifica up for sale. I want a Cort. Now, I'm not going to get a Cort unless I sell my Pacifica. My Pacifica is a solid guitar. It's got good frets, got Seymour Duncan pickups in it. It's a solid guitar. And I listed it on Discord, I think, for a steal of a deal. It's a steal of a deal for that guitar. But I'm not going to buy a Cort HSS and have that. I'm trying to have one guitar for each different genre or style other than my Super Strats. So I'm going to see. If someone wants a Pacifica, that's a good deal. But I'm thinking about buying a Cort. It's a next level instrument. What do you think, man?
I was surprised on that one, on your Pacifica going up and the Nashville Strat. Well, the two that surprised me.
There's a qualification. The Nashville Strat's only going if it sells to someone before the other Nashville Strat sells.
Okay.
There's another Nashville Strat, exact same, mine's mint, and I found another mint one, but this one's in the Cocoa Burst. Exact same guitar, it's just a different finish. That's the only way I'm going to sell my Nashville Strat. I love that guitar. It's stupid. And the other guitar is stupid too. So if you're on the fence on the Nashville, I might get a good one, I might get it. The two I've played have been stupid. And the one I'm looking at plays just like mine. It's just a different color. And I asked Linnell, I said, which one do you like better? And she sat there and she looked. I'm like, I don't know. I might like the gold one more, the one I have. She was like, kind of like the other one. I'm like, yeah, you're right. The other one's. The other one's a Cocoa Burst. It's brown that you see the wood grain with the black. But it's the exact same guitar.
Let's not forget, I'm not a big gold guitar fan.
Yeah. Well, that's like how I got the Cantrell. I just, like I told Avery, I wasn't bonding with that Floyd Rose on that Kramer Assault. Loved the guitar, just wasn't digging the Floyd when I had to restring it. It was like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah.
So I took it and one of my basses, and we come on with another Les Paul.
Yeah.
So.
It's just one of those things that the Nashville Strat, if you guys haven't played the Nashville Strat by Squire, it's a wonderful instrument. It's a wonderful instrument. I'm not going to sell it. If someone wants it, I'm selling mine for the exact same price of the other one that I found. And I think it's a good deal. I think it's listed for is it 300? I think it's 300.
I think you had yours for 350, didn't you?
Three, whatever that one is, that's what the other cost is on the other one. So if I can sell it, granted, I know I got to ship it.
It's 300.
Is it 300? Okay.
Yeah, 300. I just looked too. Yeah.
Yeah, that whatever we listed it at, that's the price of the other guitar. So I'm just going to take that money and put it around the other one. It's just a different color. That's a guitar I have to keep. It's just a wonderful guitar. So if you're on the fence on one, trust me, you can get some Stratty sounds out of it. You can get some Telly sounds out of it. It's a great guitar. And then we listed the Kramer Beretta as well.
Yeah. Which I was kind of shocked at a little bit, but not as much.
That one, I've said it a bunch of times. If you look around, most of the guitars that stay here have maple or ebony fingerboards. I'm just an ebony and rosewood fingerboard guy.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the way it plays. I just like ebony and rosewood. Sad news is, for whatever reason, Kramer makes the Beretta with rosewood, but instead of $900, it's $2,400. And the only difference is the fingerboard. It's like, I'm not going to spend $1,300 more just for a rosewood fingerboard. And it's made in the same plant. It's not like it's USA Kramer. Everyone says, oh, they're going to bring Kramer back to the Gibson plant. And they're going to make it in Tennessee. They haven't yet. So that new Kramer at $2,300 is made right next to the $900 Beretta. You're just paying all that money for the rosewood. Unless someone knows there's another difference, the only thing I see different in the reissue and the reissue I have is it has a rosewood fingerboard. And that's crazy. So, just one of those things. I gotta check the chat.
You've confused Jupe.
What's this?
You've confused Jupe. He said, is the Nashville Strat for sale or not?
It is for sale. And the only reason, Jupe, I'm selling it is there's another Nashville Strat local to me in a different color. It's a cocoa color, and I want the cocoa color one. Mine's gold, but it's the exact same year as mine, exact same everything. It's just a different color. So when I sell mine, I'm going to take that money and I'm going to buy the other one. So I'm still going to have a Nashville Strat. It's just the one I want to get is a different color. It's called Cocoa Burst. It's very pretty. The one I have is gold, which is pretty too, but I think I like the Cocoa Burst a little better. So if I can sell mine before the other one sells, that's the deal. But either way, I'll end up with the Nashville Strat. So don't worry about Avery. It's a good price. And the one where I found is a good price. So I'm not trying to I just want to swap guitars, if that makes sense. I would offer that swap, but the person that has the other one doesn't want it anymore. So they don't want a different color one. They just want to get rid of that one. So maybe someone wants it. It's a good price. I could take that money and get the other one. So had a Vandenburg reissue. Sold that sucker within 2 weeks. Yeah, you're talking about the new Vandenburg that you as soon as you saw the Floyd Rose on it, that disqualifies it as a Vandenburg. I hate to say that, Beretta Vandy. It's not a Vandenburg with a Floyd Rose on it. Again, I think Peavey screwed the pooch on that one. They should have went to Dave Kaler and at least put a spider bridge on it. That's my opinion. Lots of crazies around my area. Now, I agree with that, Cheryl. Well, we live in crazy land here, too.
Yeah, well, we're talking about popping wheelies on a motorcycle.
Ooh. I did that. I lifted the front tire on the BMW when I first bought it. I was used to my Honda 650. Yeah, my BMW is like 3 times the horsepower. And I'm used to, give it gas. And I did that. Yeah. So, but I don't ride around. I see some of these guys, they get up on one wheel and they go all the way through town, make turns, and they can hop on the front tire. And I can't do that crazy stuff on a motorcycle. Not
I
that
could do
talented.
that if I had a dirt bike or a crotch rocket. I couldn't do it on my cruisers.
Well, my bike, it's not really a
Yours is like
cruiser.
an adventure bike, isn't it?
No, it's more of a crotch.
A touring bike.
Yeah, it's a touring bike. It's like a crotch rocket with saddlebags on it.
Yeah.
That's the best way. It's a crotch rocket with a better seating position with saddlebags. With an airplane motor on it. People go, how do you ride that thing with the motor sticking on both sides? Because it's BMW. The pistons stick way out the sides,
Mm-hmm.
It's like the old R35s, the motor sticking out.
My bike looks like a baby next to yours.
Well, my bike's very big. It's a pretty big bike. It's a large bike. It's the same size of a large bagger Harley.
Look, when you're coming down the street, you can't even see my bike next to yours.
Yeah, there's a big difference. But BMW makes a bigger version.
Kurt said it's a grandpa bike.
Isn't that the RT is definitely now the K bike? I would say is more grandpa bike. That's the bigger one than what I have. I have the RT.
My bike was a grandpa bike, a big old 1900.
Yeah.
You kick back on that was like a lazy boy. You just kick back and go.
Yeah, mine you can't do that. Mine's the smaller one. Mine's the 1200 cc twin cylinder, but it's got so much torque, it's crazy. But then they make the 1600. That's a 1600 cc opposed engine, and that freaking bike is Goldwing size. It's a big freaking bike. I don't know if I ever sold mine. I already told Linnell I would probably go for the Honda Goldwing. Now I think you could possibly call that an old man bike. But that's a 6-cylinder, man. That thing is stupid. Put a 6-cylinder on a motorcycle.
There's a guy that...
Well, they put V8s on the Boss Hogs, or Boss Hoss, or whatever it is.
Yeah, there's a guy in Winchester that redid his bike, and he's got like a 350 engine on his.
That's just insane,
You think a freaking, like a Harley's heavy? Try to hold up one of Boss Hosses with a 454.
the problem with the Harleys is they're not balanced well. I went into a Harley place and I tried to just pick my feet up and balance the bike. It's almost impossible. I can lift my feet up on my BMW and I could just sitting there. It's the
I like Harley's fine. They're just too much money.
I can't spend that kind of money. A Harley doesn't tell me what gear it's in. There's no gear, it's what gear man. There's no riding modes. There's no rain mode. There's no nothing. It's a very old school motorcycle that they want top dollar for. I just can't. I mean, I could see Harleys at maybe 20,000, 21,000 max. They just
good luck. They're 50 and 60.
they just don't have. There's no power windscreen. There's no cruise control. There's no. I mean, you got a big bagger like that. It should have cruise. It should have adaptive cruise. It really should. It should have a braking feature where it applies brake to the front and rear. They're just Harley really needs to. They need to make some changes, or Harley's not going to be around.
Steve said there's a Viper V10 bike. Imagine riding that.
Oh,
Harley's
gosh.
definitely struggling.
Yeah. Well, I think their new CEO has really screwed Harley, to be honest with you. That guy from was it Puma? I think he ran Puma for a while or something. He come over. He's a lefty, and he has made all kinds of bad decisions for that company. But
Yeah.
Linnell's looking at a different bike, and she really likes Vulcan.
Vulcan 650 Cafe.
Yeah, the 600 or 650S.
She wants the Cafe. It's the model
okay.
above the S. It's the S model with the Cafe package. So
Does this still have the Ninja engine on it?
I think it does.
I'm not sure.
I know
what
the
it-
Vulcan S does.
Yeah, it's a dressed up version of the Vulcan S.
Okay.
It's a wonderful bike. I don't know. My BMW is a 2009, and it's starting to get a little long in the tooth. So I've been looking, and I'm just not finding anything that I like. Everything I sit on seems antiquated and just I don't know. I was looking at a Honda Hornet to get side bags and everything going on there. It's like, I don't know, $11,000. And there's no power windscreen. There's no cruise. There's no nothing. That's just too much money. Okay, back to guitars. Everybody, this is the things that we like, if that makes sense.
Steve, you don't lean on a trike. You actually have to turn the front wheel on a trike.
Yeah. Now, where I live, I had to go back and take a class because even though I can ride a motorcycle, I can't ride a three-wheel motorcycle. So what was it last year, honey?
Yeah.
I think it was last spring, I had to go take a class and I had to spend X amount of time on a three-wheeled motorcycle to prove that I could do it. And then I had to go to VMV and re-up. See, mine said M2. And then you can go and just get M3, which stands for three wheels, or you can just have an M in Virginia means motorcycle. I can ride one with two wheels in the front or two wheels in the back. The one I rode had the two wheels in the front, like the Can-Am. It was fun. I liked it. I think it opens up riding for more people. It was the problem with it is you have three wheels. Okay, your two front wheels are in the road like a car, but then the rear wheel's in the center. We'll drive down the road. What do you see in the road? In the center of the road, it's all nasty and humpy from the tractor trailers. Well, that three-wheeler rides, that back wheel will always ride in the rough spot because you have a wheel always in a bad spot. You can't miss anything. If you hug the pothole with your two front tires, the rear tire hits it. So keep that in mind if you guys look into a three-wheeled motorcycle. Pay attention to how it works on the road.
I can't believe they classify the slingshot as a motorcycle.
Yeah, three wheels. Yeah.
Yeah, still, that's not that's not a motorcycle.
Yeah, it's more like a car with three wheels.
What it is.
There was a guy. Does the guy down the street still have his son?
Yeah, he still has it.
It looks like the Batmobile. I don't know. It
My
does.
dad traded 3 Harleys for one.
I can't do it.
No.
Yeah, I can't.
I told him he was stupid. He should have kept the Harleys. Because you're basically in a dune buggy with 3 wheels, is what it feels like.
Yeah, Backwoods Billy says I ride safe on my bike. I do too. I don't do anything crazy, Billy. You can ask Cornell. I'm a pretty responsible driver and rider. I don't. I use my rear brake below 15 miles an hour. I only put my left foot down when I stop. And you can call that state trooper riding all you want, but a good motorcyclist will only drop his left foot. You have to keep your right foot on the brake, because if you stop on a hill, you can't brake and give throttle at the same time. You're always going to drift back. So use your rear brake with your right foot. When you go to give it gas, let out on the clutch, keep your foot on the brake. When the bike starts to roll and it's under its own power, gradually let off the rear brake, let the bike go to speed. Exact same principle. Keep your throttle on, lower the brake. When the bike comes to a stop, drop your left foot. You don't need to duck walk. You got your feet out. If you're coasting and your clutch is in and you got your feet out, that's when you're going to crash, because that bike is only stable if you have power to that rear wheel. It's like a gyroscope. As soon as you let out on that clutch, that bike is not stable. Now you might go, oh, it's stable. I'm coasting to a stop. Believe me, the bike is not stable. Keep power on that rear wheel until it stops. And you can do that by dragging that rear brake and pulling in on that clutch. And right when you go to stop, hit the rear brake hard, then grab your front brake. But the vehicle, the bike needs to be stopped before you touch that front brake. That's just end of motorcycle lessons 101. But as soon as
they call the Can-Ams summer snowmobiles in his area.
Yeah. As soon as you guys get stuck on a hill, okay, on a motorcycle, you're going to learn how to use the rear brake, because you're going to have a nightmare trying to get that bike off that hill without using that rear brake. Doing small turns, if you're trying to U-turn your motorcycle and you're not dragging that rear brake and just giving a little throttle and riding that clutch in that turn, you're going to lay it over. You should be able to have that bike go 1 mile an hour and you not have your feet down. Can I do that? Absolutely not. But a really good motorcyclist can take that bike and he can make it go less than 1 mile an hour around in a circle in 10 foot. I can do about 12 foot, but I can't go super slow yet. But I can. You can ask Linnell. What was it, 2 years ago? Almost laid it over at Sheets.
Yep.
There was 2 parking spots. I come in like this is the parking spot. I come in real tight to the car. Went to make the U-turn in the parking spot to face out the other direction. I got 3/4 of the way in, and with her on the back, had to put my foot out. And I have a heavy bike. With her on it, it was all I could do to keep that bike up. What did I do wrong? Well, too much rear brake, not enough throttle, and I didn't have the clutch out quite far enough, and I didn't have enough power to that rear wheel to keep that bike up. The bike will not fall if there's power on the rear wheel. If you guys ride, you know what I'm talking about.
It's a gyro.
Yeah. You got to have power.
It self-rights itself with more speed.
That's why people don't like going slow. That's why you see a lot of beginner guys who want to get it up to 10 miles an hour because they feel like it's more stable. Someone that's beginning, they don't want to stop and they don't want to take off. They want to keep the bike moving. And it gets scary when you start riding in groups. And if you do ride in a group, guys, make sure you have the most qualified person in the very front. Lead. Teach your new riders the signs. That front guy riding the bike should be pointing out things in the road. Oh, it's debris. He should point certain signs.
Yeah.
He hit his helmet, right, left. Teach your new riders these signs. You put your new riders behind one or two experienced riders. Then all your other experienced riders should be behind your new people, because the new people need to be watched for. If there's a problem, you need the experienced riders in the back, and you need the experienced riders in the front to slow them down in turns.
No. If you tap the top of your helmet, I mean, there's a popo ahead.
Popo ahead. But there's other signs. You know, we get with certain people, they'll start showing pothole, this, that, you know, using their hand signs, you know, about a mile before the turn, right, left, what they plan on doing. Group rides are fun, but pay attention. If you're with a bunch of crazy yahoos that are out running 100 miles an hour down a back road, you might not want to ride with those cats. You know, pick a decent group that's going to come back in one piece. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I always ride in the very back. That way, if somebody goes down or anything, I can help them back up and that kind of thing.
Linnell put hers over. We were at 7-Eleven, and it was across town, and she was right behind me. It was a kooky. The exit lane come down like this, and it had a swoop to it. So we come out of 7-Eleven. She was right behind me, less than 10 foot. She hadn't stopped yet. I pulled out, and I went down. I'm looking in the mirror for her. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm looking in the mirror. And I don't see her. And I got, I don't know, maybe 400 foot down. I'm like, yep, there's a problem. You turned it around. By the time I got back up, she had already had the bike up. But from what I understand, when she went to go take off again, it just fell over on her. So you got to pay attention when you're riding with people. I laid my bike over, my 650. I was with a friend riding. He was in front of me, and he started going too fast. I just said, okay, I'm going to let him go. And before I knew it, I didn't know where he was at. And by the time I got in Front Royal, I was by myself. And it was a springtime ride, and there was all this soot on the side of the road, because here we get snow, and they had put sand and everything down. Well, it had all been swept over to the edge of the road. I come to the stoplight. I made the stop. I went to turn right. I got in that soot, and the back tire just slid like it was on a piece of ice. Bam! Right down, bent the handlebars on the bike, put a dent in the gas tank, and car stopped. Man, dude, are you okay? And, you know, you'd be surprised how you can pick a motorcycle up when your adrenaline's running. I picked that thing up. I mean, guy goes, "You're strong." I'm like, yeah, adrenaline. So I get back on the bike, not realizing the handlebar is all twisted. I go to take off, and I go to put the handlebar straight, and the bike turns, and I almost lose it again. He goes, "Buddy, maybe you shouldn't ride right now." And I'm like, I need to get this thing home. So my second attempt, I'm going like this, and I'm riding the bike like this, and it's going straight. Somehow I get the bike back home, and I pull it in, and Linnell's like, "What in the world? The handlebar's all bent." I said, "Yeah, I laid it over." She goes, "Well, where was Daniel?" I said, "I don't know. He just going too fast. I let him go on." So I wasn't going fast. I just let the guy I was riding with go on. But I had no other riders with me to help. So pay attention.
Beretta Vandy's out. He said he had to have a knee replacement surgery, so he's bowing out on us.
Oh,
So
who's
good night,
this?
Beretta.
Yep. Night,
Beretta
brother.
Vandy.
Thanks for coming into the stream, man. Hope to see you next Thursday. We got a special guest coming in Thursday, Beretta Vandy. So it's a guitar tech coming in. It's going to be a lot of fun. New blood. He's going to tell you his life experience as being a guitar tech. He does it full time for a living. So please don't miss the interview. You know, if you're going to go riding, pick decent people as your riding buddies, people that are going to look out for you, because it's just like music, guys. The riding community is a tight knit community, and we need to keep motorcycling and music alive. Those are the two things that I'm really passionate about. I believe I'm a responsible musician, and I believe I'm a responsible motorcycle rider, if that makes sense. I try to be. All right, I'm going to let Devastator talk.
Steve says thoughts on grass clippings in the road.
I know people.
For me, if you're an experienced rider, unless it's in a sharp corner, you shouldn't be affected too much.
Yeah. It's like ice.
It can be in a sharp corner, yes.
It's like ice. When we go riding out on back roads, there's an area here called Fort Valley. And a couple of the guys I like riding with, they love going out Fort Valley. The problem is there's a bunch of roads. The road goes like this. There's hidden driveways in these dips. And can you swerve for the car? Yes, if you're not going quick. That's not the problem. Some of these driveways, the road will dip down and the driveway's in the corner. Well, when they pull out, they kick gravel and soot into the road because it's a back road. Mm-hmm. So you come up over this turn and you're on the brake a little bit. You shouldn't be on the brake entering the turn, but you're going to hit the brake coming down the hill, and then there's the soot right before the turn. So do you go through and keep the gas on and tap the rear brake and try to keep power on the wheel, knowing that there's soot there for the turn? It gets bad on these back roads, but the back roads are fun. That's why you need a spotter, someone that can, hey, there's gravel, hey, there's grass, hey, there's a pothole. It makes a big difference in your riding, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
I learned to ride on dirt roads. We got a guy.
Yeah. Billy said that gravel roads are issues for new riders a lot of times. That's what I learned to ride on, was dirt roads.
Well, a lot of guys that learn on dirt bikes will transition over to asphalt. Asphalt is completely different than dirt. So if you're an asphalt bike rider and you're thinking about getting a dirt bike, you're going to relearn. If you're a dirt bike rider and you're thinking about going to asphalt, you're going to relearn. Because you can't kick that back tire out on asphalt like you can dirt. It's completely different. But on dirt, if you do what I'm talking about doing, riding the rear brake and turn, you're going to lay it over. So be cautious. There is a difference between the two. Before I bought the BMW, Linnell and I would chew up on my Honda CB650. And it's an old one. It's an old cafe bike. And we were riding with a friend of mine. We went out Fort Valley Road, and he decides to make a right to go down into Woodstock. And this is a mountain road. I didn't know how bad it was. But once we were on the dirt, and the road's like this. It had to be 15, 20 degree angle. And hairpin turns. When I'm saying there's a U-turn that's 20 foot, 25 foot max with loose gravel and dirt. And I'm on a Honda CB650 with Linnell on the back, trying to make this turn with asphalt tires. We got to the bottom of the hill, and I looked, it was Daniel, wasn't it? I looked at Daniel, and I'm like, Daniel, don't ever take us down a road like that again with Linnell on the bike and me on this thing. I have no business being on a road like that at that steep incline going down the side of a mountain with somebody else on the bike. It'd be different if it was just me, but when you're two upping and you've got a road like that, that is dangerous. So we haven't went back down it. It's a bad hill. So
that was a swinging bridge. I had been up and down that road many times in a vehicle, just not on a motorcycle.
Yeah, that really scared me. Not because I wouldn't be scared if it was just me on the bike, but with Linnell on the bike. But Linnell's smart. Okay, when she's on the back of the bike, she turns her head with me. She's not doing funny things on the back of the bike to throw the weight off the bank. She turns, she looks into the turn. If I'm turning right, she leans and turns her head. So that's not the issue. But with her on the bike, the extra weight on the bike, it's just more difficult. I was so happy when I got to the bottom of the hill. I'm like, yep, I pat her leg. I'm like, hey, we're down. We made it. Oh, all right,
Good night,
guys.
CD. Good to see you.
All right. Yeah, we're losing people because they're here to talk about guitars.
Oh, not to mention it's almost 10:30.
Yeah, it's 10:30 too. But before we lose everybody, tonight's winner was Steve. He won the Gretsch. So if you're just coming in
Congrats
late,
again, Steve.
yeah, Steve won the Gretsch. So we will be posting in 30 days what our next guitar giveaway will be. If you guys have suggestions on what you would like the next guitar giveaway to be, you can go to the guitar giveaway room. Devastator's going to wipe the room, and you guys can put suggestions for the next guitar giveaway. And I will go to Shenandoah and see what we can work out. See if we can get a deal on whatever instrument you guys are looking at maybe purchasing or something that you would like to see on the giveaway. I know they're doing away with Schecter, so Schecter is going to be out of the question. So it's going to be Jackson. If we get it through Shenandoah, it'd be Jackson, Fender, Gretsch, Ibanez. What else do they carry, honey?
They carry Epiphone, don't they?
Yeah, no, they don't have Epiphone or Gibson.
Oh, never mind.
They do not have Epiphone or Gibson. Cort, they carry Cort. Jet, they can get Jet. They don't carry a lot of Jet stuff. They don't carry a lot of Cort stuff, but they can get it.
Carry, you say Yamaha?
Yeah, Yamaha. They always have Yamahas. They just did away with Schecter. They were bringing somebody else in. I just don't remember who they brought in. They just brought somebody else in. But, post your thoughts. We don't have to get it from them, but it's nice. We'll make it work no matter what. If it's a guitar giveaway, we'll make it work. But this month we have something new going on. So you need to go to Discord, and there'll be little arrows pointing to a certain room. So just keep looking. You're going to find the room on what we're doing this month. And that's all we'll say. It's going to be something new. And the
room starts with community. Then we'll put that out there.
Okay, community room. So we're going to do something different. We're going to see how this works. And I think it's going to be, well, no matter what, you can't lose. We're just going to say that. You can't lose no matter what. I think it'll work out for everybody. Do we have any other questions or any other topics, guys? Because we've been on for 2.5 hours.
Mike, you asked what about Kramer? Probably not, since that's Gibson.
Yeah, that's a Gibson product, so they can't get Kramer. See, to do Fender and Gibson, your buy-in is stupid. So a lot of smaller stores, if they have Gibson, they won't have Fender. If they have Fender, they won't have Gibson. And you would think if you carry Gibson, you would have Epiphone, but you don't. You got different buy-ins. So they have Fender, but they don't have EVH, because EVH is a different buy-in. So they also have Squier. Okay, that's another brand they carry, a Squier, but that's a different buy-in than Fender. So any of the Fender stuff they can technically get as long as they've already done the buy-in. So I don't know who all Fender. I know it's EVH, Charvel, Squier. Who else does Fender own? Fender owns a lot of different companies.
Yeah.
I think it's FMT Musical or something. That's Fender FMT. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
It's under their umbrella.
You name the big three that I know of: Squier, Fender, and Charvel. So
yeah, I'm trying to think. There's another brand that's under their umbrella that they carry. They actually have the other. They've got different brands on bass too. Got a couple different brands on bass. Spectre. So if you guys want to see a Spectre, they do carry Spectre. And if you're not familiar with Spectre basses, they're stupid good basses.
Yeah.
They do carry Spectre. Spectre doesn't make a 6-string guitar though. It's just basses. But we can do a bass. No, if you guys want to do a bass, we can do a Spectre bass. They do have a Schecter bass right now with EMGs in it. Oh my gosh, I want that bass so bad. It's a 4-string bass. So if we want to do a bass, we could, yeah, right there's a nice bass. Really,
Schecter.
really nice bass. I know they would work us a deal on it because, like I said, they're doing away with Schecter. And it had nothing to do with Schecter not selling. It just comes down to what their buy-in is. Just too many different brands. And every time they order, they have to hit X amount on that order. You got a focus issue.
Yeah, I got blurry as crap.
Yep. There it goes. Nope,
No.
now it went fuzzy again.
Come on, you stupid thing.
Oh.
Focus up.
Autofocus, man.
There it goes.
All right, I want to thank everybody for coming into the stream. We're not going to do a secondary stream tonight because we just let this stream go the way it was, something different. I want to thank everyone that gave super chats that allowed us to buy this instrument right here so we could give it away. And if you haven't already, please go down, hit the thumbs up button, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow the channel. We want more people to come in and participate. That's the big thing.
That's also, please, if you haven't, come over to Discord, join in. We want it to be like going to a music store and have a good community for everybody. We have, we have a good group that stays regular on there, but it would be good to have a few more.
Yep. All right, guys, we're going to do our 5-minute ending window. If you're not familiar with the channel, that's where the two hosts here, that guy and this guy, we disappear and you guys get to just type in that little box, say goodbye to everybody and give suggestions. And please come back and post in the YouTube video comment page. That really, really, believe me, it helps YouTube push the video out. You guys did that on the Cort review, and I can instantly see YouTube has pushed that video out to more people just because you guys came back and you posted in the comment section. It makes a big difference. Not just a thumbs up and a heart button, but post something, make a comment. YouTube tracks that, and it really made a difference in how that video is tracking over the last couple of days. It's pushing it out for new people to see the channel. All right, guys, thank you so much. And we're going to see you.
Everybody?
We're going to see everybody before Tuesday. We got something special lined up, and we got some new toys. New toys to go over. Yeah, exactly. All right, guys, 5-minute ending window.